Hey, welcome to your Taurus horoscopes for the week of October 15th through the 21st. And of course, we do still have Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. Their retrograde should be ending pretty soon, though. I do think that Uranus's retrograde is definitely ending soon. I know for a fact that neither one of them are retrograde going into the year. So it's got to be here in the next couple of months. So unfortunately, I'm not looking at it right now. We do actually have Mars moving into opposition with Jupiter. Jupiter's focus is very interesting this week because he's right on the cusp of the home and those you love, which really kind of puts the focus on the people inside your house, the ones that are really, really, really closest to you in many ways. And with Jupiter being retrograde, Jupiter is all about growth and expansion. Well, if you're not planning on having any more children, that's actually going to work in your favor, because it's really saying we're not adding to that right now, which is not necessarily a bad thing unless you really want to add to it right now. Jupiter's opposition with Mars. Mars is very much focused on career right now, and Mars is a lot of, I mean, just a massive amount of energy going into this specific focus right now. So really with an opposition, we're looking at not being able to spend a lot of time at home. It's like we're not trying to expand the family. We're trying to expand on our time with the family, but there's just so much going on in your career right now that it makes it very difficult. And it puts you in that uncomfortable position that makes you feel like you're disloyal to the people in your household. A lot of women do go through this, working mothers, so to speak, so much time outside of the house. You have that guilt not being at home. But you would be surprised to find out that a lot of men go through that too. They would love to also spend time at home with their families every now and then, and their jobs are just not allowing it. So the guilt will literally kill you. This is a big problem for most people in this situation, and the guilt will just tear you up inside. The one thing that you can do to help with that situation is to make sure that the time you do spend is quality time, whatever that means. Making sure that you are present to your family. A lot of times people in this situation, they get so burned out working that when they are home, they just kind of sort of want to close themselves away into a closet and pretend they're dead for a while just so that they can get some rest. And while I agree that is necessary, making sure that you balance your time out will help eliminate that guilt an awful lot. We do continue also to have Jupiter in a trine with Venus. Now, we've been in a square with Venus for a while. Now, Venus, your ruling planet, is actually in a very helpful position. Venus's focus is on long-term goals. And even though Jupiter is all about let's not expand on that right now, it does add a bit of creativity to your long-term goals. So it's not the biggest boost in the world, but it definitely does help quite a bit, if that makes sense. At least with some of those parts of your goals that you've been having a hard time trying to figure out how to get to. It's sort of as that creative layer that says, let's think outside of the box a little bit and see what we can come up with. And it adds a little magic to it. So basically, you guys are really busy this week. I mean, that's really how I interpret that, is that you guys are really busy this week, and it's really difficult to toggle your time between all the places that need your time. You just have to be as vigilant about your schedule and making sure that nothing comes in where it's not supposed to come in as possible to help out with that. One last thing, Uranus does continue to be in that grand sextile with Neptune as well as Pluto. The moon moves in a conjunction with Pluto at the end of the week. So the moon plays a really big part in this as well. A grand sextile is definitely a very helpful aspect. And we have Neptune's focus really on the mind and how the mind works. It can make or break you, you know, and Pluto's focus is on self, with Uranus's focus on those you love. So I feel like this aspect really opens up some time for you to enjoy those people that you love. But again, going back to the mind and how the mind works, this is what's so interesting about this, is that we tend to look at the time that we do spend as never being enough. So if you spend a whole day a week with your family, well, you should have spent 2 days. Well, you should have spent 3 days. Again, all of that worry that goes on in your head is working against you. And that's really what this aspect is all about. It's opening up the time for that, but reminding you that any amount of time is valuable depending on what you do with that time. And so that also helps eliminate a little bit of that worry for you guys. So that's what I have for you guys. Definitely things looking up in many ways. Yes, there's a bit of a challenge, but this is life. There's always a bit of a challenge, right? We don't want to focus all of our energy on the challenges. We want to focus on the good. And that makes a huge difference overall into the energy that you're putting into everything that you're doing this week. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do click the link in the description and send me a coffee. I would really appreciate that. That is my tip and donation link. Use it, use it, use it. If you are listening rather than viewing, that's ko-fi.com/heavy metal psychic. Also check out heavymetalpsychic.com. It is still under construction, but it's still cool nonetheless. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, you got a lot of stuff going on. Try not to get overwhelmed with it and just do the best job you possibly can. I know you guys, nose to the grind. You will totally rock it, all of it. I have faith in you. I will see you guys next week. Make it a great week, you guys.